everybody, this is Shelby from Chicago Music Exchange, and today I am pleased to have with me Mr. Chase from Fender to talk about the new Pelt Fuzz. It's crazy because you and I have totally never met before.
Never. This is the first time we've seen each other.
Ever.
Ever.
So talk to me about this this fuzz machine. What does this do?
So this fuzz machine is it's our new fuzz pedal. It's a silicon transistor-based fuzz, but it's an all-original Fender circuit, so it's not based on anything previously released or any historic circuit. It's got your familiar controls. I mean, you have level for your output volume. You have your fuzz control to control how much saturation you have. We've got a tone control here, which is more like the tone control on your guitar. It's a low-pass filter, so all the way up, it lets your entire guitar spectrum come through, and then you can roll off high end as you dial it back. And then here we have our little bloom control. And what that does is it affects the texture of the fuzz. So on the softer bloom, you get really smooth attack, really light compression on the saturation itself. And then as you move to the hard side, you get way more compressed, splattery, velcro-y, modern fuzz sounds.
Splattery.
Splattery.
All right.
You'll know it when you hear it. And then the two toggle switches here, you've got a mid-range toggle. And what that does is it lets you either boost or cut mid-range or leave it flat. And then you have a thickness control, which helps replace some of the low end that can be lost when you're adding heavy saturation to your guitar signal.
Sick. One of my favorite things that it does is that you can turn these lights off and on.
You can. It'll help you conserve battery life if you're running on a battery, but it also helps you see where your settings are if you're on a dark stage and there's a lack of lighting, a lot of shadows.
Well, awesome. Let's check it out how we can sculpt some tone.
So the way that we have it set right now is pretty low gain and very much like a vintage, almost germanium fuzz sound out of it. Mid-range is flat, thickness is off, you got your tone part of the way up. So it gets that really cool, vintage, almost small broken amp sound. And if you kick the mid-range up, you get a little more mid-range articulation and a little bit of that honkiness.
Yeah, that's pretty light overdrive.
Yeah, and then I can push that a little bit more and get you into that classic kind of fuzz sound.
Still very much so like a champ, just pushed.
Yeah, it's like you just have your champ dimed and you're just throwing too much into it.
Cool.
And then if you want to get more adventurous, you roll this guy up a little bit, and you know what
I love to adventure. It's my favorite pastime.
Well, here's some adventure for you. So if you start playing, I'll roll the bloom up so that way you can hear how it affects the attack of the fuzz.
Cool. Definitely splattery.
Splattery, it's kind of bit crushy,
Sure.
velcro-y.
It feels like the bloom allows you to go from what I consider or think of when I think of like a silicon fuzz back down to like a very Germanian fuzz vibe.
Totally, and what's fun about this too is if you have it kind of right around here, and the gain up about where it is, and it's not super saturated, but it's pretty heavy, and you roll your guitar's volume back, you can clean it up a little bit. It's not going to get sparkly clean like a germanium fuzz will, but again, it feels kind of like a small vintage amp where you roll it back, you get kind of bluesy sounds out of it, and then you roll your volume back up, and it's heavily saturated.
Cool. Very versatile. Let's check this out and see how it sounds.